Okay, imagine this for a second. What if a company built an AI that was so good at finding security flaws, so good, that they were actually too scared to release it to the public? Well, that's what we're talking about today. We're looking at a brand new technology that could be our greatest shield against cyber attacks, or it could be the most dangerous weapon ever handed to hackers.
Right, let's just dive right into that quote from CBS News. When they say, uh-oh, they are not exaggerating, not even a little bit. We're talking about an AI that can dig up hidden flaws in the software that runs, well, everything. Our banks, our hospitals, our governments. The implications here are just massive and, yeah, a little bit terrifying. So to really get our heads around this, we're going to break it down into 5 parts. First, we'll look at the AI itself. Then we'll get into just how powerful this thing really is. After that, we'll explore the threat it represents, the incredible effort to build a defense against it, and finally, what all of this really means for the future of, well, our digital lives. All right, first up, let's meet the AI at the center of this whole storm. It's called Claude Mythos Preview, and it comes from the AI company Anthropic. So, get this. The people who actually made this AI, Anthropic, are so worried about how it could be misused that they flat out decided not to release it publicly. They think if it got into the wrong hands, the damage to our economy, to public safety, to national security, it could be catastrophic. This thing is a tool with the potential for just incredible good and at the same time, immense harm. Now, to understand why it's so risky, you have to know about something called a zero-day vulnerability. Think of these as the holy grail for hackers. They're security flaws that nobody, not even the developers, knows about. So there's no fix, no patch, no defense. And Mythos, it is an absolute master at finding them. So you're probably wondering, just how good is it really? Well, let's take a look at what Mythos actually did. And honestly, the results are pretty staggering. So Mythos found a major vulnerability in OpenBSD. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, OpenBSD isn't just any operating system. It's famous for its security. It's used in firewalls and other supercritical systems. The idea that a bug could go undiscovered for 27 years in a system that secure, that just shows you the kind of power we're dealing with here. It also sniffed out a 16-year-old bug in a piece of software called FFFPEG. Now, that might not sound familiar, but trust me, it's practically everywhere. If you have watched any video online today, you have almost certainly used FFFPEG without even knowing it. It's that common. But here's the part that really blows my mind. Automated security tools had scanned that exact line of code 5 million times. 5 million, and they never found the problem. Mythos did. That's not just a small improvement. That is a revolutionary leap in capability that's honestly hard to wrap your head around. And this isn't just about a few lucky finds. When you test it against industry benchmarks, like CyberGym, which is designed to see how well an AI can spot these flaws, Mythos just blows the next best model out of the water. We're not talking about a small step forward, this is a giant jump into a whole new league. So as you can probably guess, this kind of power has sent some serious shockwaves through the cybersecurity world. Experts, government officials, they are all deeply concerned about how a tool like this could be turned into a weapon. Yeah, that quote from Alyssa Valentina Knight really captures the feeling perfectly. The fear is that an AI like Mythos could make cyber attacks on our most important systems, banks, hospitals, power grids, way faster, way cheaper, and so much more devastating than anything we've ever seen. And look, this is not some far-off science fiction problem. It's happening right now. Hackers are already using AI, even less advanced AI, to create scarily realistic phishing emails, to scale up malware attacks, and to weaponize new ideas almost instantly. The storm is already here. This whole situation has escalated way beyond the tech world. I mean, when you have the Treasury Secretary, the Chair of the Federal Reserve, and the CEOs of the biggest banks holding emergency closed-door meetings about a piece of technology, you know the stakes are unbelievably high. But okay, this isn't just a story about a new threat. It's also a story about a pretty incredible response. So let's see how the defenders are trying to build a shield. To fight back, Anthropic has organized something called Project Glasswing. The whole strategy is to give the good guys an edge. They're basically handing the keys to this super powerful tool to the defenders first, with the hope that they can find and fix all the holes before the attackers can even find them. And the scale of this thing is just wild. Look at this list of partners. It's a who's who of the biggest names in tech and finance. We're talking about the companies that build our phones, run the cloud, and secure our entire financial system. They are all coming together to tackle this problem head on. It's pretty unprecedented. And to get this whole thing started, Anthropic is putting its money where its mouth is. They're committing up to $100 million in credits for these partners to use Mythos to scan their own systems and to basically try and bulletproof the world's digital infrastructure. But, with any announcement this big, you have to ask some questions. What's the real story here? And what does this all mean for the future of cybersecurity? Well, there are kind of two ways to look at this whole thing. The first view is that Anthropic, a company that has always talked a big game about AI safety, is genuinely doing the right thing. They built something dangerous, and they're taking careful, responsible steps to manage that risk. But there's another, more cynical view, and that's that this is just a brilliant marketing move. With a potential IPO on the horizon, what better way to get headlines and paint yourself as the responsible leader in the AI space? In the end, though, their motive might not even matter, because the reality on the ground has changed. It's changed permanently. This technology has slammed the barrier to entry for finding and exploiting critical flaws right down to the floor. We are now officially in an AI-accelerated arms race between hackers and defenders. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all. You've got initiatives like Project Glasswing racing to build stronger and stronger shields. But in a world where AI is also forging sharper and sharper swords and making them available to more and more people, can the defense ever truly keep up? That's the challenge that's going to define the next chapter of our digital world.